Hey guys, this is the third video in a multi-part series on how to play the Rav Vast and Rav Vast 2. This particular video is going to discuss some patterns and techniques for establishing strength in your non-dominant hands. And I'm a right-handed player, but focusing your attention on building some fluidity in your non-dominant hand allows for you to play far more complex and far more interesting things on your Rav. So I'm going to give you a few examples on my Rust scale, Rav Vast 2 and A. Let's take a look at that. Alright, so to recap our lesson last time, we talked a little bit about thumb hits and slaps. And an easy pattern to practice is to start out just with thumb hits and alternating left and right hands as you go up. So I go right hand center, right hand bottom, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. And the same can be done with that slap technique. Right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. We also talked about the split finger technique, which uses a really stiff thumb and index finger to make a two-note hit. So again, you're making this very stiff and you're trying to hit around the center of the tongues each time. And a good way to practice this and create fluidity is, again, start with the right hand on the bottom tongue and the tongue to the right of that. Take your left hand and go on the tongue to the left of the bottom one and the one above that. Same with the right hand up here on this one and that one. And now, as I was saying before, some notes you can't very comfortably reach using either this hand or the split finger technique here. So you could substitute this L or a C for a slap and a thumb, or two thumbs. It's up to you. So again, good way to practice: right, left, right. The first pattern I want to talk about is an alternating pattern that kind of slowly makes its way up the scale. And I'm starting with my right hand, but you can start with your right or left depending on your dominance. And I'm going center, bottom, left. The first one is center, bottom, left. And what this pattern really is doing is taking the second note of each of these three and using that as the first of the next one. So this one would be the first next time. This one would be first. This one would be first. Now this one's first. This one. So played at speed, it's again. And this can be done either with the slap or with the side of the thumb. And one thing I wanted to point out as well, I had someone ask how hard you're hitting this. I'm playing a Rav Vast 2, so I'm hitting this with a fair amount of force. I know that the normal Rav is a little bit thinner, so you don't need quite as hard of a hit. But I use quite a bit of force. In fact, I actually tape my thumbs when I perform for more than an hour or two. Just to protect them, because I'm really playing this pretty hard. Unlike a handpan, you don't really need to worry about this coming out of tune, so you can play with a lot of percussive force without worrying about it breaking or anything. The next pattern is starting from the top and reversing what we just did. So we're starting top, second to last, third, That's right on the top note, left, right, 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 left. And again, these are just basic patterns you can practice just building the strength in your non-dominant hand, because if you don't have the ability to use both hands, it's going to make doing things like really difficult. And you want to be able to keep a steady beat with one hand and be able to use the other to play different notes. One thing demonstrated on a previous video is using the right hand to play the bottom note and the note to its right. So these ones are in resonance with each other. Hitting both of those. And you can practice keeping this rhythm. You may not have the same scale as I do, but you can still do this on your own rav. And I don't really believe in metronomes, but you could certainly get a metronome if you wished. Practice doing that until you feel comfortable with this pattern. Then you can move up to the next set of notes, which are these two. Then you can move up to the next set. Now again, the ultimate goal of practicing keeping this rhythm is so that you free up this hand, and once you have the muscle memory to remember to do this, you're able to play things like I'll leave you guys with an example of some of the techniques that we talked about today. And this is a song that I wrote when I first got my rav a long time ago. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was useful, and I have a lot of ideas for future videos. A lot of people are commenting and asking for things they need. Please continue to do that, and I will definitely create at least once a week, hopefully more, new tutorial videos that will address some of the questions people have. After this one, I'm going to get to a few of the questions. So, the last thing I want to mention is I just started a Bandcamp page. Feel free to come out and check that site out. All it is Rewild Your Soul. So if you go on Bandcamp and type that in, or you can click the link below in the description. Stay well, walk in peace, and I'll talk to you soon.